everyone, this is the one, the only expert dating coach, Annabella Rose, here from calmerlifestyles.com. Now guys, I am very excited and I want to give you my good news. But first, I'd like to thank everyone for all your support and all the referrals that have made us the leading in the industry that has made me who I am today. So I'm very, very thankful. It is for this reason that I always go beyond my comfort zone to bring you the very best in ebooks and products that are going to help you achieve what you desire. Now, before we go any further, I want you to self-analyze using the following questions. Do you have the awkward silence when you're talking to women? Have you ever run out of things to say when it comes to talking to women? Have you had a girl sideline you because you didn't know what to say? Have you ever wondered what a woman wants and what they look for in a conversation? Do you want to improve the way that you interact with women altogether? Is it a challenge for you to keep up the conversation and keep it flowing when you're with a gorgeous girl? Now, gentlemen, if your answer is yes to maybe just one or any of these questions that I've just mentioned, then I'm speaking to you. Now, I know the struggles that we have when men are having these conversations with a girl. It becomes more of a challenge and not really very enjoyable, especially when you are trying to be sexually attracted to the girl and vice versa. You don't want to say things that will upset her, yet you don't know precisely what's going to bother her or upset her. So you end up silent and you go home alone wishing that you'd said more. Well, that feeling is like a disease that we right here are getting rid of. No, my good news is still coming. I present to you my ebook that I've written just for you. Conversation Hacks, a gentleman's guide to keep a conversation going and to never run out of things to say. What I'm about to introduce to you today is something that's going to make a lot of sense to you. Now, after this, you're going to feel like I've given you your crush on a silver platter, or the girls you've wanted to get, but you just didn't know how. So most of you guys have been emailing me, telling me about conversational challenges that you face with women. Now, I promised you that I would publish an ebook to address it, and I am thrilled to tell you that that ebook is finally here. Now, another reason why I had to publish this book was because of all the clients that I've worked with. Most of you know and have benefited from Calmer Lifestyles trainings. Most men have had problems keeping up those conversations, keeping them going after even the first date. As you may know, that we test all of our ebooks in our in-house training and to make sure that we can determine their success. The Conversation Hack ebook has been an enormous success and has worked through trial and error to get it perfect to benefit you. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Do you run out of things to say when you're with a woman you like? Is it hard for you to create connection with a woman that you like through conversation alone? Have you ever wondered what women want and look for in a conversation? Do you feel utterly lost when you hit hurdles during a conversation? Well, the Conversation Hacks ebook has got you covered. In this ebook, I address all of those questions that I just mentioned and so much more. I know that during your conversations, that things can take maybe a different and unfavorable path very quickly. So how do you get back to the conversation and on that track like a pure alpha? Now, I bet you that when you have this ebook, you won't even stagger because it's like the lucky charm of dating and getting women. So let's have a little quick look at the book and you can see what you can expect. Importance of conversation skills and small talk. I will tell you, like the martial arts master, empty your cup of everything that you think you know and read this. When it comes to talking to women, you need to first understand us. In the first few minutes of your conversation, the woman can decide whether or not to brush you off, keep you as a friend, or let it flow and see where it leads. So if you're sexually attracted to her, you cannot approach her in a way that's going to make her throw you to the curb or pop you in that friend zone. This is one of my favorite sections of the ebook because it gives you that sort of prep and that mentality before the big game. The ebook talks a lot about various conversation skills that you can upgrade your game with. And can you imagine that you've set up the mood for your entire conversation with just the right amount of small talk? Well, stop imagining, because we have got you, and we want you to increase your success with women. You can accomplish all of this through this ebook. You can get to learn more about small talk and how to drive your small talk to achieve your mission with a female. Conversation psychology in women. Now, guys, you really need to read this chapter. You have better chances of getting what you want if you can give what is expected. Now, this chapter is one of the very exciting sections of the book. Now, imagine if you could always say the right things and never run out of those things to say. In this chapter, we go even deeper into a woman's conversational psychology. What do women expect of you, and during which stages of the conversation? Now, what are the silent indicators that women pick up from a conversation that might be a turn on or a turn off? All the questions that you ask yourself about women and conversations are compressed all into this one chapter to give you a clear and unique overview. And you can feel like you can get to sit back, relax, and just chat up the casual Miss Universe that might be sitting next to you. No matter how good you might be at talking to women, sometimes you might lose them during the conversation. Now, while most men panic, guys, you know me by now, I always like a challenge. I want to show you that I am the best that you will ever get without being cocky. Now, this chapter talks all about how you can get a woman interested back in you when you've lost it in the conversation. Although we don't like it when men are always on the reaction, you do want somebody who can respond. So in this chapter, I talk a lot about the indicators that a woman might be losing interest in the conversation. And what you can do with that information, you can control things before they even get out of hand, so you never lose your grasp on the conversation. The Casanova mindset. There are men that you consider as a woman magnet. No matter what they do, who they are, they will always seem to impress the ladies and get their way. So, what do they have that the rest of us don't know? Now, in the chapter about the Casanova mindset, I take a more in-depth look at the Alpha and Casanova mindset, to have a way with words that is complemented by your body language. What is it about these men that make them so smooth in conversation, regardless of the women that they meet? Get to know why women open up quickly to these men and they consider them as alphas. Even better, get to see how you can build that alpha character that will increase your success with women. Now, those of you who have been following us on YouTube and our channel know that we have talked a lot about flirtation. This is the time to click on the subscribe button if you haven't already done so, so you do not miss out on anything that we put out there. Right, but let's get back to the book. There is so much power in what you can have if you're just smooth in flirting. Women love being appreciated and empowered at the same time, but they don't want an exaggerated forceful praise or something that seems false. This ebook gives you an insight on the flirtations and how it can play to your advantage during a conversation. Now, when you have that Casanova mindset, even your smile will be like a flirt with her. Something impressive to look at. The conversation hacks. Now, this is the chapter with the juice that you need and desire. However, to be entirely smooth in your conversation, you need to put a little bit of practice into everything that you do, and practice with the knowledge in this book. Now, this chapter refines you by fire, just like gold. One of the exciting topics in this chapter that has just got me drooling over these conversational traps. Imagine if you could foresee what is set forth and planned to test you, and you are armed and prepared. Which woman will stand between you and your adventure? Women like teasing you and throwing a few tricks your way to see if you are serious or if you can seize the joke or miss the point. But with conversation hacks, a gentleman's guide to keep the conversation going and to never run out of things to say, you have the information and the mindset. You know the woman's conversation psychology and you've anticipated all of her well-prepared traps. Keeping the conversation flowing sometimes needs a tactful mind. However, the real challenge can be you leading the conversation where you want it to go, especially if the woman might be a little bit slippery. The ebook gives you an insight that you need to get a woman dancing to your tune. The point is for her to think that she's in control, while really, in the reality, you are leading her to your destination. I feel like a bad love doctor saying that, but I was made to help men get the women they want, because these women need to realize that they want you. Now, there are so many things that we can discuss in this ebook, but I don't want it to be a spoiler. By the end of this ebook, you will have achieved all of the things that I've previously mentioned and so much more. You can have these smooth conversations without running out of things to say. You are able to bounce back right on track like a pro if the woman you're talking to maybe loses interest in the conversation and steers away from you. You will be able to initiate an interesting amount of small talk that will drive the conversation into the direction that you want. You'll also be able to build an emotional and intellectual connection with your conversation, forming an emotional connection. And it is that factor that makes any woman glued to you. You'll be able to identify conversation hooks to help you keep the conversation going. And just a reminder, most of the conversation hooks are drawn from what the woman likes and her interests. Women like it when men pay attention to their needs, and that is what this book targets and teaches you. There is a lot of information and also information about non-verbal cues that you can give off. They tell you when she's impressed and when she's being irritated. And by the end of the ebook, you'll be able to read between those lines and interpret all those non-verbal cues. You'll be able to inspire confidence in the conversation and express yourself in the very best way that you can. You don't want to leave any regrets at that bar or at that table of what you could have done if only you'd said more. There is a lot of good stuff in this ebook that could give your dating life that different twist and that positive outlook. Guys, in Karma Lifestyles, we pride ourselves on the quality and the content that we provide, because every man deserves a woman he wants that can really make them happy. Let's meet in the comment section, and hey, you can give me your views and ideas, and we can make sure that we give you all the information you need. Well guys, thank you for watching this video. You can buy my ebook, Conversation Hacks, by clicking on the link below or clicking on the card above, and it's going to take you to the page. Just scroll down, click the buy button. Once you've completed the payment, the download link will be emailed to you instantly, so you can start reading in a blink. Now, if you are in the page already, just scroll down and you're going to see the buy button. It is super easy. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. I, of course, have been Annabella Rose, your expert dating coach, and until next time, bye.